is Stephen Belton. He's the president of the Urban League Twin Cities. I want to ask you, Stephen, something as I listened to the police chief there. I mean, I'm curious just about your general reaction to what he said. On one hand, there's an apology. He's saying that the police department has hurt this community. On the other hand, he's urging calm. And I don't think anyone wants to see what we've been seeing happening in Minneapolis. But I also think that as we have now observed situations like this one, it seems for years now in city after city, it gets to this point because of a lot of things that precede it. And we're not just even talking about the death of George Floyd. It's about sort of a systemic issue that is there. And at this point, once things boil over, it is very hard to calm the situation. What did you think about how the city officials are responding to this?
Chief is responding responsibly and predictably. He's trying to thread a line between preserving and protecting the community, at the same time preserving and protecting the infrastructure that this community relies on. Along with everyone else, I'm absolutely outraged and angry by what we witnessed in the video in the basically the state-sponsored murder of a human being, the taking of their life without due process. At the same time, I'm also angry at the way a few of the demonstrators have hijacked this moment, have taken us out of our grief and our indignation and our mourning, and have put the focus now on their lawless activity. This angers me because this is a sacred moment when all of us have an opportunity to reset, to consider the systemic issues that brought this about and allowed this to occur. But we're now diverting our attention and our time to dealing with the aftermath of this. Among all the things that were destroyed last night was construction of an affordable housing unit in a community that direly needs affordable housing. They destroyed or damaged a target in an area that has been subjected to systemic and long-term disinvestment, threatening the livability of a community that is already traumatized and is already victimized. It has to stop, and it has to stop now. We have a right to focus our attention on the family of George Floyd and his friends who deserve our support. He deserves better. His family deserves better. We can do better.
Yeah, and his siblings just really communicating, I think, how that family is feeling and the pain that they're feeling at this moment. You mentioned there that this is, in your view, a state-sanctioned execution. You have said that that's what it is if no charges are filed here. What is your expectation about what will happen versus what you want to see from city officials? Do you think that they're going to file charges?
I live between this tension between history and hope. Our history is that the FBI comes in to investigate and returns no charges. They find that the police acted within their warrant of authority. Our history is that the state law enforcement infrastructure, including the state attorney, the county attorney, and the Minneapolis police, when they've investigated their own, have returned no indictments. And so that's the history. Our hope is that in this moment, after Philando Castile, after Jamar Clark, after Michael Brown, after Trayvon Martin, that after Eric Garner, that we will see a change, that we'll see a difference. And so my expectations are low, but my hope, as always, is high.
Stephen Belton, thank you for joining us, the president of the Urban League Twin Cities. Thank you.
You're welcome.